everybody. Welcome back to the premiere shit-talking show of two friends having a free-form conversation, podcast, video cast, whatever the fuck you want to call this happening that we have going on here. It's the adult table where no topic is left off the table and everything is free to ridicule, make fun of, call gay and retarded. It's all good here, baby. I, of course, am your slightly inebriated host, Trav, brought to you always with my fellow host, the vanilla gorilla himself, the man, the meat, the legend, Joey Fats.
I like the meat. That's a good one.
That's
I
not
like
bad.
that.
I just
No,
came
I
up
like
with
that.
that
Yeah,
off
that
the,
was off.
off
That's
the
a good
cuff.
one. That's a good one. I like that. I dig it.
I think we'll stick
hello.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. You know, I've always, I everybody always, they talk about like, oh, like you're gonna cut, and I'm like, cut. I was like, sacrifice these gains, like,
Yeah.
no.
Cut. What am I? A
I am
15-year-old
what they call
emo
the
girl? I'm not gonna
incredible-
cut.
Yeah, I'm the incredible bulk.
Yeah.
It's like permafrost, but it's perma bulk.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So no, I will always be rotund, no matter what. Slightly corpulent, but that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, God forbid you ever get infected with AIDS. That's the only way I see you slimming
Oh
down.
my god, no, that'd be kind of. I mean, that'd be kind of awesome because then they give me all sorts of steroids.
Mm.
And I could just juice out of my head. And
You
go,
get on
yeah,
that. Well, yeah.
I got AIDS. I have to do this.
Yeah, it's full blown too. I leapfrog past
Yeah,
HIV.
I'm
I
not-
just went straight to AIDS.
I'm not just sure I'm HIV positive.
Exactly.
That this trend is gonna make me fucking swole.
Well, all you'll have to do is just inject all your cash. You'll be fine.
Right, exactly. Cold hard cash is the key.
Yes, it has to be straight
Always.
cash money.
It's the only reasonable explanation.
Yeah, as far as I can tell.
I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, how you been, bud?
I mean, good. It's been a fun week. I'm really excited for this show because there's this whole JP Morgan thing that we're going to talk about has made me laugh so fucking hard and restored a lot of my faith in humanity over the last 5 or 6 days.
Yeah, so you're more privy on what's going on here. I have caught up with it somewhat. I don't know every small detail here. I heard about it.
So there's
early
not
last
a
week.
lot. There's not a lot to like get in the weeds about, like details wise. It's just more of an absolutely fucking hilarious situation.
Yeah, what I have seen is very funny, and I mean, if you want to do a rundown, and then I can read from this article, we can just go right
Yeah.
out of the gate with that.
So I want to say it was like Wednesday or Thursday night last week. I want to say it was probably like Wednesday night.
That might.
And I'm just scrolling through Twitter or whatever, or I don't remember where I was, but I'm going through it and I see that a J.P. Morgan employee who was terminated had filed a lawsuit against the CEO for wrongful termination, he alleged wrongful termination, sexual assault, being coerced to do sexual favors for the CEO,
right.
and basically turned into a sex slave. And I'm like, and immediately in my head, I'm like, I think JP Morgan CEO, I'm like, oh man, this guy's going down. Like, I don't know what the hell he did to this girl, but these never end well. And then I look and I realize that it is not, in fact, a male CEO. It is a female CEO who happens to be pretty hot.
Yeah,
All right. And I'm like,
not bad.
hold up. I'm like, all right. I'm like, immediately the red flags start going off. All the little alarm bells start ringing because you're like, wait a minute. This fairly smoking hot CEO turned a junior employee into a sex slave?
Yeah.
And this is a problem? I'm like, I'm not buying it. So I go through and I start reading through like the story, and then I get to the portion of the lawsuit where he alleges what she did to him. And I'm reading through it, and to me, Trav, it was like it sounded like a 15-year-old kid was trying to write an erotic novel.
It seemed like a 15-year-old. If ChatGPT was a 15-year-old, it seemed that poorly written. Like
It was
AI
horribly
slop.
written. Like, it was so bad. But it gets back. So but the details are what make it funny. Because this guy tried to go into, so this guy tried to, he filed a lawsuit against the CEO saying he was wrongfully terminated, sexually assaulted. And the details of what he brought to this case were fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
He claimed that there was a racial element where, like, she called him his little brown boy. And by the way, this guy was Indian. He was, not like, you know.
Well,
like,
he still is. It's not like he changed that after he.
Right, yeah, not
man,
feather
or
in
he
your
died.
cap Indian, like dot on your forehead Indian.
Yeah.
And he's Indian, and I guess he had come over on like one of those like H-1 visas or whatever, and he had lied on his resume, and he'd lied about his experience, he'd lied about his education, all this shit, and basically he got the job at J.P. Morgan, and then they quickly discovered that he wasn't capable of doing the job because he had lied about everything, so they ended up terminating him. Which you're like, all right, that's fair. Then the lawsuit comes. He claims that she called him his little brown boy, that he would make her he would have to suck her toes under the desk during Zoom meetings with like higher ups and things like that. She would sit on his face. She forced him to have sex with her all the time, even though he was married.
Yeah.
And then the best, and like, so right there, and I'm like, and then you see the pictures of this woman, and you're like, hold up. I'm like, she made you suck her toes and then sat on your face. I'm like, that sounds like the best day of work ever. Like, I don't even know what your bitch is here. Like, if that was a bad day of work, what were the good days like?
Yeah.
And apparently, and so obviously, like, my red flags are going up, and I'm dying laughing. I'm like, this is fucking. There's no way this is true. And then the golden ticket, the thing that took it to the next level of like where you're like, there is no fucking way this is real, is when he claimed that she was like, as she was fondling her breasts, he looked at her and said, I bet, and his wife is Asian. He said, I bet your Asian fish-headed wife doesn't have these cannons.
Yeah, that's like the funniest.
And at that point, you're like, all right, there's no way this is fucking real. Like,
It's
no
South Asian fish-headed wife. Like,
yeah, like first of all, I'm pretty up on my racial slurs for most, pretty much everybody on Earth.
yeah.
I've never heard Asians referred to as fish-headed.
No,
That was a new one to me.
That's a new one.
So I'm like, maybe
specifically South Asian, which usually refers to Indian people or like Pakistan, like because that's technically South Asia. It's part of the continent, obviously. So,
but I read that, and I damn near fucking pissed my pants laughing. I'm like, can you imagine, like, trying to file a lawsuit, and they're like, well, what did you do? And like, well, she made me suck her toes, and the judge is like, go on. And then she sat on my face. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then she fondled her breasts and said, I bet your fish-headed Asian wife doesn't have these cannons. And I'm like, dude, there's no way.
That's where it all, the whole thing kind of fell apart for me when as soon as I read that and some of the other alleged things that were said. I was like, no, that's not real. Like, nobody said that.
Nobody says that. And especially not a female who is a, like, high-ranking, like, a CEO of a major, like, world-recognized bank.
Financial, institution.
Yeah, like, first of all, there's no way in hell this woman is going to be stupid enough to risk her career doing, like, shit like this in the office, like, this blatant. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to that level.
Yeah, this is J.P. Morgan. She's not a regional manager at Radio Shack, which doesn't even exist anymore.
She's not the branch manager for your local Bank of America.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, where she got her degree from Bristol Community College and just happened to work her way up while she was a bank teller, and then made it that far. No, dude. So me and my friends are going, like, we're going back and forth about this, and we're fucking dying laughing. I'm just like,
I've been losing it over like the memes of him, so I'm gonna bring up an article that also has just the normal picture of him that he's been getting clowned on.
Oh yeah,
he looks like
looks kind of
like Woody
special?
from Toy Story. They've constantly put him in that, like her dropping him, like, oh, I'm done playing with you because you're not sucking my toes or whatever. Like,
Right. You didn't suck those toes hard enough, kid.
yeah. So she Shirayu Rana is his name. I'm just gonna refer to him as Rana.
I think that is the Indian way of saying John Doe.
Maybe.
I don't think that's his real name because they said John Doe or whatever, Shia Ryu, whatever, how you pronounce it.
Shirayu Rana. That's the name. That maybe it is, but I this is the New York Post here, so I don't see why they would just refer to him as John Doe.
Yeah, I mean they have his picture there. It's not like it's
it's
right.
His,
it's got to be right.
Yeah, his whose recent now redacted lawsuit against Lorna Hajdini accused the executive bank director of forcing him to be her sex slave, was a self-identified user behind a public back and forth on the online legal advice platform AskLawyeronCall.com 10 months ago, or around July, according to the website. Quote, I was raped, sexually assaulted, harassed, and forced to do drugs by my former boss at Morgan Stanley. Began the 35-year-old run as a supposed exchange with a bot from the site. So he seeked legal advice from this thing nearly a year ago, and which also leads me to believe that he completely used another type of AI bot to fabricate these interactions that he allegedly had with her, and because they seem so like poorly written and just too far-fetched of what was said. I don't think anything was lost in translation. He may be of Indian descent, but he lives in America. He presumably speaks English. It's all bizarre. He said, I was then retaliated against for seeking to move groups internally at the firm. HR conducted an investigation, but they ultimately made me sign a separation agreement. And there's a picture of her. She's, way more attractive than he has any business being around.
Right.
So, the customer later referred to his alleged harasser as he, as part of the two exchanges apparently posted by the site as an example of what it can do for customers. The site did not redact the customer's name, noting at the end of the exchange, as it does with other public chats, a disclaimer which includes AskALawyer.onCall.com is a public forum and questions and responses not private or confidential, blah, blah, blah. The customer who identified himself as Rana was asked by the bot if its quote-unquote separation agreement over the incident at the time included any clauses about waiving his rights to pursue legal action or discuss the matter publicly. Quote, yes, but I was forced to sign under duress.
Of course he was.
He purportedly claimed while stating he had ample evidence of his suffering. Rana, who joined J.P. Morgan's leverage finance team in the spring of 2024, filed an internal complaint against Hajini in May of 2025, with the company eventually finding no evidence of wrongdoing. He was connected through the chatbot. Okay, so there's like pictures of the chatbot stuff.
Well, I want to correct just for the record.
Go ahead.
She's not the CEO.
Right,
She was
she's a high-end,
a senior executive or something.
she's not CEO, but she's a high up person within the company.
Yeah, she's been around. She's been in the company for a while. She's a senior executive.
Yep. So it basically, all of this seems like a quick attempt at a cash grab by this guy.
Oh, 100%.
None of it seems credible or valid to me. I can't say any of it looks
Oh God, no.
believable.
This is total bullshit, Trav. And that's the funny part about it is like, so we know this is bullshit, right? Everybody knows this is bullshit. The courts found it to be bullshit because they threw it out, or they're going to throw it out, and it's just that there's nothing there to it. But the detail that he went into was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's not showing any of that in this article. I can look up like some of the quotes because yes, that's kind of the bread and butter of this story, really.
And then the funniest part to me, and this is why I love this fucking country, and I love men, and I love the way we think. J.P. Morgan received 500,000 job applications within a day of this story breaking.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it just like, we like, you know, obviously like South Park is satire and it's meant to over exaggerate real life, but sometimes it doesn't over exaggerate things. And
Mhm.
obviously, we know the Miss Teacher Bangs a Boy episode where Ike bangs his teacher, and that's the one where the nice
Yeah.
comes in because
Mhm.
she's hot.
Aren't you guys going to
And
do anything? Yeah, we should get that kid a medal.
yeah, get him his luckiest boy in America medal.
Right?
But it just the 500,000 job applications had me die. Like, I wish we could see some of those from like people that sent them in, because there's like people that sent them in that was just like expert toe sucker,
Mhm.
I can hold my breath, for infinite amount of time if you
Yeah.
want to sit on my face. Like, like I'm sure that the shit that was in those applications was fucking hilarious. And I wish I had the privilege of getting to read them. I'm sure the person who does have to read them probably isn't that stoked on it right now, because they're like,
Right.
God damn it, like, it's not what I want to fucking spend my day doing. But you know damn well that there's some of those applications are getting printed out and posted around the office for everybody to laugh at,
Mhm.
because that shit is fun. Like I bet your fish-headed bitch Asian wife doesn't have these cannons. And
Yeah. So, that is his.
first of all, who says
Yeah.
that?
So that is his real name. That's not a placeholder.
Okay.
But yeah, who says that? Like, especially a woman.
And why would you, like, if you were actually trying to grab cash from this thing, like, you probably could have made something convincing enough where it would have at least got them to be like, all right, like, we'll pay you $100,000 to make this go away, or whatever, $1 million to make this go away.
Yeah, brown boy Indian. That, like, he doesn't even look. He's not that, like, ethnically striking. Like, he looks more.
Looks like a normal white guy, actually.
He looks like he has some Indian features, but he's not what jumps to mind when you think of an actual Indian person. Like,
No,
he might have like mixed parents. That would be my guess.
could be.
It's possible, but yeah, no, he doesn't look strikingly Indian. I should
But
say.
could you imagine, like, I mean, just being a guy, be like, I don't know, be like, yeah, how was your day at work? Be like, dude, it sucked.
Yeah.
My fucking boss, bro, like, she's a smoking hot chick, but she made me get under the desk and suck her toes while she was on this Zoom meeting, and then like made me like lay down and sat on my face for like 20 minutes.
Mhm.
It's just such a rough day, bro. Like, no guy in the world, like, you'd come home, right? If you were like a junior executive at JP Morgan, like trying to work your way up the corporate ladder, and like you'd come home to your wife and just be like, sorry, babe, like,
Mhm.
my boss had to sit on my face today. If that's what I got to do to keep my job and get a promotion, then so be it. But
Mhm.
it'll be worth it in the long run, I promise. And I definitely didn't get a boner, and I definitely wasn't turned on by this. And I'm definitely hoping that, I'm praying to God she doesn't bring the strap on out tomorrow and try to peg me. But if she does, I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to go along with it, because gotta keep this roof over our head. New York ain't cheap, this
Right.
rent's expensive. We want to keep this little corner suite here. We're gonna have to, I might have to make some sacrifices, and it's tough, babe. It's really tough, I mean, I really hope she doesn't make me suck on her jugs tomorrow. That would be
Yeah.
terrible.
Those cannons, quote unquote.
Yeah, those fucking cannons, bro. Those fucking hogs. Those straight warlocks.
Yeah, I gotta peep those
Uh-huh.
warlocks.
Those big mommy milkers. I would be terrible if she made me do that. So, I mean, fuck. Like, I guess I'm just sorry, but,
Oh, lost you there, bud. Let's see if we can get you back. Oh,
this could happen.
there we go.
And it's a terrible, terrible day at work,
Mhm.
when I have to suck my boss's toes and, get my face sat on.
Yeah,
It's rough.
what
It's rough.
a rough day at the office for sure.
Yeah,
See,
Meanwhile, there's like people out there that are like working in office buildings, and they got like a real life Lumberg just like hovering around their cubicle.
that'd be great if you
breathing
could just
or Milton just like breathing heavily. Like,
if you could
did
just
see my stapler?
suck on my toes while I'm on this Zoom meeting. That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be great if you
So
could just
yes,
suck my
she has
toes.
categorically denied any of these allegations.
Oh, of course she has. Like, I
Uh,
mean, and not that she should. It's almost embarrassing because like and I think this is a problem with the judicial system. is that it's almost even embarrassing that she has to come out and deny this and then defend herself in court to a degree.
Yeah, so she allegedly
Knowing
drugged
damn well
him
none of
with
this happened.
Ropanol and Viagra. So she roofied him and gave him Viagra. Wouldn't you want him to be awake, like, and not just a sleeping hard on? Well,
I
that's
mean,
why he's a sex slave, and
maybe it's
against
I don't
his
know.
will.
Maybe she's got a rape fetish. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, you can't rape the willing. You
Mhm.
know, well, he wasn't. You're like, I mean, listen, if somebody wants to roofie me and feed me Viagra, and then use and abuse me, like I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna be like, ah, shucks,
Right, and yeah,
Rats.
she's an executive director with them.
Yeah, she
so
right.
pretty
Yeah,
high
not
up.
CEO. I saw senior executive, and I just assumed
Yeah,
CEO for some reason. But
it's still up there.
Freudian slip.
She's not just filing shit, so
No,
she's getting
like,
things done.
it goes, but this like ties into like the culture that we have in this country. All of a sudden, like where I feel like these stories are popping up like almost daily, where like you're seeing teachers that are banging students, and
Yeah,
like we were talking about this on the golf course yesterday, and of course because I'm with my golf buddies and we're playing a golf tournament at Swansea. It was a great time, by the way.
nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was I think it was the Dartmouth Girls Youth League softball team. I think was what the fundraiser was for.
All right, yeah, good.
But yeah, it was fun. Huge blast. I think we came in like second or third. Which sucks, but just missed it.
Yeah,
Did not play well. It was very cold. I was freezing my ass off. But nonetheless, we were talking about it on the golf course, and we were like, wait a minute, like hold up, we're like, this guy is like now claiming that this woman raped him. And we're like, okay, like, but we're like, every guy in America is going to look at that woman and be like, she raped you, dude?
Yeah.
Really? Come on.
yeah.
like,
She
we
doesn't
all know
look
what
like
happened.
she's not some trans woman.
Right. This isn't. I mean, like, and not for nothing, but like, if Blair White wanted to rape me, I'm not saying I'd have sex with a man, but Blair White doesn't. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, see,
Doesn't
you're not
really
a
look
bigot.
Doesn't really look like a man. Yeah. You all call me a homophobe when I would have sex with any man here.
Yeah.
What are you, a bunch of Scottish poofters?
Yeah, I got accused of being homophobic because I called someone a retarded faggot. I mean, because now you can say faggot on X, so it's like, oh,
you can?
yeah, it's
Oh, I haven't
it won't
tried
get
in a while.
it won't get you in trouble anymore. So
Nice.
I call anyone a bunch
God,
of people
America
retarded
is
faggot.
so
Like,
fucking
oh well,
back, baby.
well you must be mentally challenged and gay for you to be able to say that. I'm like, no, I don't have to be because I can just say it now with impunity. And
Yeah, like,
and also,
or if they accuse you of being a homophobe, just be like, whip your dick out, I'll suck it right now,
Yeah.
faggot.
and I said
give a
also
shit.
there are multiple definitions and meanings behind the word faggot. Just because I'm calling you that doesn't mean I'm referring to you as homosexual.
Right.
And I said
Individually, we are weak little twigs, but together we
we
form
make
a mighty faggot.
Yes, that cannot be broken. It's harder
Oh,
to break.
God, The Simpsons is so good.
And I love they had to put the definition down right at the bottom of the screen
the
as soon
bottom,
as
yeah.
Martin said that. They're like, no, see, this is what he means. Which
Like,
is true.
And what year was that? That had to have been like early 2000s.
Yeah, I would say so.
Let me look it up because I'm even surprised that they did that with the definition.
Yeah, I can't see it being past like 2008. Also, because I wasn't even watching it at that point anymore. I stopped sometime around like
most of
2005.
Yeah, most of my Simpsons references stop around like 99.
Yeah, I went a little further than that, but not by a whole lot. But yeah,
dude, that was 2006.
Okay.
Holy shit, season 18, December of 2006.
All right. No, yeah,
All right,
that falls
that
around
was-
when I thought, because I thought it was definitely be before
that's
2008.
Well, I guess, yeah, because 2006, we still had, Bill Chappelle's show had just wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
South Park was still very relevant. It was still before, like, the hyper, you can't say that crowd came out, because Obama hadn't been elected yet.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Yep. So
Good
that
times. Yeah, 2005, 2006. Those were lit times. I thought it was earlier than that. I thought it was like 2000, 2001.
it's already 20 years now, though.
But it does
Going
explain,
on it.
right? I know. Holy shit, dude! 20 years ago. It does explain why they had to put the definition under it right away.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Right in the
Even though he's literally holding a bundle of sticks.
yeah, which like, but to me, like that kind of killed the joke when they did that.
Hmm.
It was still funny, but it would have been funnier if they didn't have to like put the definition underneath it.
Yeah, I get that. But
Because it's like, no, like it's one of those jokes. Like if you get it, it's supposed to be offensive only if you're stupid and you don't know what they're talking about.
Mhm.
You know
So,
what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
exactly. But
stop. Like it cheapens the joke when you have to define it so that people are like, oh, don't get mad. Like
yeah.
it's just.
See. Yeah,
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with that. It being cheap.
I hate catering to the ignorant.
Exactly. So my point to this kid, because I looked at their bio. It turns out they're 15. They're from Canada, and they use he, him, and blah blah. I was like, listen, you don't know what context I was using in. I don't have to explain which one. You're a retarded faggot from. It was 15, hiding behind. You're a weeb hiding behind anime pictures. You have he, him. You have your pronouns in your bio. You can't even legally drive yet. I was like, not only am I old enough to be your dad, I would go up to Canada, fuck your mom, and fuck your dad, not because it's gay or I'm gay,
Just to make a point.
just to assert dominance over him.
And then disconnect your internet so you can't post anymore.
Yeah, exactly, and take away your Crunchyroll subscription so you can't watch your manga anymore. Like, and he had no response to that whatsoever.
That's
So,
awesome.
I win that argument
Yep.
easily. That's
And then you turn around to your little whiteboard and you're like, internet arguments won today.
Yep.
Like,
chalk up another one. Some other guy
Chalk
I
up
was
another.
calling that since yesterday or 2 days ago, and he kept going on. He was arguing with somebody else in the comments, but I was still tagged at him. So I was like, dude, pull my dick out of your mouth over the weekend. Like, I'm trying to relax and enjoy my time off. I come back to see all these notifications. You're still talking shit. And yeah, use those terms. He kept going on. And eventually I just said, oh, well, at the end of my comment, well, if you respond to this, you eat shit. And then he did, and now it's just like, well, you admitted to eating shit, so.
Yeah. First one to respond to faggot.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm using those tactics, because now people are commenting like,
Well,
oh,
because
yo,
that's
you
all-
see
I
this,
mean,
this guy eats
that's
shit.
all it is, right? It's so low. It's so low level arguing on Twitter now. Like, there is no intellectual. Like, that's why I miss. That's like kind of what I miss about Facebook, or why I prefer Facebook to Twitter, is because like you can have an argument with somebody on Facebook and you know who that person is. Like, there's no hiding behind.
X
like,
is more anonymous.
Yeah, X is like you can just be arguing. Like, for all you know, you're arguing with a bot.
It
You know
could
what I mean?
be.
or just someone's like 18th troll account. You know what I mean? Which sucks. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you could be arguing with Kevin Durant for all you know, and you're like, fuck, like that's kind of lame. But I do miss that, and like I miss like the Facebook arguments, like beefing with people on Facebook. You know, like when we go with like Jim, you know, and everything else,
Yeah.
our old history teacher. Again, like I'm super happy he's not a little bitch and hasn't like unfriended and blocked me. You know what I mean? Like he allows it to go, and like,
That's
and
true. He hasn't reported you. I don't think he ever did to me.
No, I don't think he's like, because he's again, like I said, we talk a lot of shit about Jim, but he's not a little bitch.
Mm-hmm. He
We
may be a
will- I
lot
will
of
give him
things,
that.
but he is not.
He's a through and through Irishman to a degree. You know, he might be a lib and we might disagree on stuff, but he's not a bitch, so I can respect him as a man.
Right.
That being said, I still love, but like a lot of my friends that are hardcore libs don't even engage in conversation anymore with us.
Right. Yeah. Some
You know, me
people
or
have
any of my other
completely cut
friends
us
that are
off.
conservative because they're just like, no, I'm not even doing it. Arguing with you Trumpers is such a waste of time because you don't even understand that Trump is like totally a racist.
Mhm.
And you're like, cool, name me one racist thing he said. And they're like, there's so many. All right, name one. Oh my God, like I'm not doing this again.
Mhm.
And you're like, oh, okay, because right, you don't have anything. We know this, but you keep being, you know, you're just being obtuse and disingenuous and everything else. And it's funny because you know the left, like they said, we know this. They always project. whatever
Of course.
they are doing, they project it on us. But anyway, back to the whole like the JP Morgan thing. We were talking about this at work, and we were like at golf rather, and we were like, it's like those kids that get caught like banging their teachers. They get the scandals come up, like it feels like once a week. There's like some scandal where like a teacher's banging a student. And
yeah,
like,
I've seen a couple pop up over the last month or so.
And then you look at the picture of the teacher, and she's like 26, like married, and like all this shit, and you're like,
yep.
And she's pretty hot, and you're like, all right, hold up. I got a couple of questions here. First and foremost, where were these hot, like 24-year-old teachers when I was in high school? Like all of my teachers in high school, I feel like looked like Nanny Skeksis. You know,
Yeah.
like they just sat there in the chair, like, do your work.
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
Would eat out of a trough and like fly home, and they would like grow wings in the parking lot and take off.
Mm-hmm.
And they had they had hooves. Like look at my hooves. But like, so first, that's my first question: is where were all these hot teachers? Like, I remember we had one student teacher when I was, I want to say, was it sophomore or junior year? It might have been junior year. It was Miss Brumstead's class. I know that. I won't say her name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really gonna do that. But she was like super cute. I wouldn't say she was hot, but she was wicked cute. And I mean, like, hashtag totally would. You know what I mean? Like, all day.
Somebody said Miss Casterly could get it.
Yo, Miss Casterly, not bad, dude.
Dude, no, she was. You could tell she was bitter.
She like, came in like full, like the hair, the makeup,
bitter,
like,
divorced. Oh, she reminded me of Miss Krabappel.
Bro,
like,
yeah, Miss Casterly. Yes, Miss Casterly would definitely get it.
She reminded me too much of like one of my mom's friends, like around the same age, kind of same style. I was, and also being in that environment and that home ec class in middle school, it was incredibly dated with like the avocado and orange colored like cabinets, and
yep,
it was just
and she didn't give a fuck about cooking either. She was just like,
it was all bad.
You're right. She was totally like Miss Krabappel. Like just would sit there chain smoking butts if she could.
Just phoning it in. She didn't care.
Don't burn the place down, please.
I could tell early on. I was like, oh, things aren't good with her at home. Like,
yeah. and we don't know that for sure.
No, that's just all speculation.
We can assume. But yeah, Miss Cat, that's a good pull, Aaron.
Oh shit, it's Aaron Reese. What's up, buddy?
That's a damn good pull.
Thank you for your service, Aaron.
I remember Miss Casterly getting pissed off. I want to say, I forget.
Oh, she'd get mad.
Yeah, no, but it was like Cassie Pimentel and like a couple other girls that were in the class. Like, I don't know. I can't remember exactly who. I just remember Cassie Pimentel being one of them. And there was a fire drill, and they were like, "Oh my God, we're going outside." Like, "Oh my God, I might see so and so." And like, so they're all like fixing their hair and makeup in like the big mirror that was like up, like over, up, like above her desk. And she's like, "Are you fucking serious right now?" She's like, "If this building was on fire, you're gonna stop to fix your fucking hair before you go because you might see your boyfriend. Get the fuck out of the class!" Like, and like bitched him out. It was wicked fucking funny. But also we were like, it's just a fire drill. Like, we know what's going on. Like,
yeah,
chill out. But she was like so fucking mad.
Oh, Aaron said, LMAO, I'm so glad I brought her up. This was hilarious. Well, thank you for bringing her up because
dude, I forgot all
sent
about
us into some
Cassidy.
memories.
You're right, yeah, blonde, ton of makeup. Like, I think she had a pretty nice rack too, if I remember right.
I couldn't. I don't remember. she
it
never caught my attention. Again, she reminded me too much of like one of my mom's friends.
The last time I was in her class was 30 years ago. So
right,
yeah, like 1996. I was 11.
To each their own. So,
but 11-year-old me, he was not. 11-year-old me was not as horny as like 14-year-old me.
Oh, you didn't know what you liked back then, but at that point either. You're still figuring it out.
It wasn't for lack of effort. It was just because I didn't know yet. I didn't know what I didn't know, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I was horny. I just didn't know, like, that's what that was or that's what that meant. You know, when you got that funny feeling in your tummy when you saw a teacher's boobs and you were like, whoa.
Yeah, or you're getting your hair cut and it's like a female hairdresser and like
and they rub the boobs on you and on
like
accident.
it touches like rubs up against your shoulder or whatever. You're like,
I still love that. I'm kidding. I don't get my hair cut anymore. I do it myself. But no, that was funny. But yeah, like there was we were talking again. We were talking about this whole thing, and like we were like, these like where were all these sex crazed teachers like when we were kids? Like I don't know that I would have been any student teacher or like young teachers like pick of the litter, if you will, in high school. But I would have liked the fucking opportunity.
Put me in, coach. Like, hey,
yeah, like
what I lack in, like, look, I'm not Scott Brooks here, but I put in the effort.
Yeah, I'm not beautiful by nature, like just out of the womb, like oh my god, I'm beautiful. Fuck you, but like whatever. I mean, I can hold my own.
Hey, I'm more attentive than he is. I can assure you that because I feel fortunate to be in this position.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that I'm entitled to it. I'm like, oh wow, I really gotta make this. I gotta fucking do the job right.
Guys that were that good looking in high school were just like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, I deserve this. Look at me. You know what I mean? Like, and you're like, yeah, he's not wrong. Fuck you. Like, god damn it. And like, and here I am, like this fat, doughy, fucking, paintball obsessed weirdo with a fucking mushroom cut. And
I'm still have the mushroom. You're like,
yeah.
I don't know why I still have this.
I don't know. I got rid of it freshman year when I got bullied, and like one of the Chandler brothers dumped milk down my back, and they would all yell "bowl cut boy," and I was like, "Fuck."
I actually ran in.
I gotta get rid of the bowl cut because
actually ran into Dan for the first time in ages yesterday when I was going on a hike, and him and his girlfriend, who I'm also friends with.
Yep.
I was like, well, they basically asked me to join them, so yeah, did it with them. It was nice. He says, "What's up?" By the way.
Oh, he says, "What's up?"
Yeah. He was like, "Oh yeah, you and Joey still doing that?" And I was like, "Yeah, we are."
Yeah. Danny. So yeah, Danny and I became. So it's funny because I hadn't seen Danny in. I don't think I've ever told you this story, but I hadn't seen Danny in age since like he graduated, and I turned 21 in 2006, and I was down at Miller's, and he used to go there all the time, and so I'm down there and like playing pool, whatever, and I recognized him, but I didn't know if it was him or Billy. I didn't know which one it was. And so I go over to him and I was like, hey, hey man, what's up? I'm like, yeah, you went to Dartmouth, right? Yeah. I was like, hey, was it you or your brother that poured milk down my back freshman year of high school when I was in the cafeteria? And he just looks up to me. It's like his eyes get kind of wide, and he just looks at me, and he like kind of looks me up and down. And he just goes, "Jesus Christ! I hope it was my fucking brother." And my wife was standing right there. She was my girlfriend at the time, but she was standing right there. Heard the whole conversation. I was like, "Oh no! It's not like that, dude. I'm not mad. It was wicked funny. Like, not gonna lie. Like,
I was just curious because I haven't seen either.
Super funny. Like, I just wanted to know if it was you or your brother. But he was like, "No." He goes, "That had to have been my brother. That sounds like something my brother would have done, not me. This and that." And I was like, yeah, like I said, not mad about it, dude. I'm like, I thought it was really fucking, like, looking back, it was really funny. Like,
yeah,
like I said, I was the fat, awkward kid who was paintball obsessed with a bowl cut. Like, duh.
You kind of did this to yourself.
I was asking to get bullied. No shit.
Like this Indian guy was asking to be raped. You were asking to be bullied.
Because I'm sure, but again, it goes back to the whole fucking
the teacher
ugly teenager thing. But then you get like you said, you get the beautiful people, the Scott Brooks level, good looking, just who still handsome as fuck, by the way. And he goes, so we go like, you go through it and you're like, where the fuck, like, where were all these sex grade teachers when I was there? And then also, like, if you're a kid, if you're 14, 15, 16 years old and you're banging one of your high school teachers, why is it like who rats who out? You know what I mean? Like, when does it become a problem?
Probably and some other kid who
find out because
sucks and is jealous leaks it, I mean, this back then, social media wasn't around, so word didn't travel. I mean, it would still travel fast within the hallways if somebody got privy to it, but a scandal like that is usually pretty hush hush until
it's not.
Until it's not. It's probably a jealous kid who's like, oh, I want to fuck Miss what's her name.
See, I think It's the husband finds out
Oh, very well could be. Yeah.
and then puts.
I'm going to
everybody on
ruin her
blast.
career now. Yeah.
Because right, I'm gonna ruin you now. Like, not only did you like, not you're fucking like. First of all, like, all right, listen. When you're like, if say you're hypothetically you're a 24-year-old teacher, you're banging a 15-year-old. That's pretty gross.
Yes.
Like now,
That's
if
a
you're
child
the 15-year-old,
still.
if you're the 15-year-old guy that's banging the 24-year-old,
Your king should have fucked Mountain.
bro, you're fucking King Leonidas, bro. Like,
Yeah.
just you know what I mean. Like, do you want to rule Sparta because you just won everything?
Yeah,
Like,
you're walking around campus and you might as well just be swinging your dick around like it's a
Yeah.
fucking
just you could you're like Homer with the glove.
yeah,
You know, just
glove
walk
slap.
and slap people, but
Mhm.
instead of a glove, it's your dick.
Yeah,
you know,
just-
it's like, hey, smell this. You know, like
And until someone demands satisfaction, you're just gonna keep doing it.
yeah,
I demand satisfaction.
I accept your challenge.
Mhm.
So, but like, it's always funny though, like because we're like, you know, what the fuck? Like, how do these kids get caught? And how do these people get caught? And then you realize that people are really sloppy at covering their tracks. And, you know, not for nothing, but like if I was 15 years old and I was banging that student teacher, you know, the super cute one from science class, I would have 100% be bragging to every single person who would listen. You know what I mean? Like, I would need rotator cuff surgery from all the high fives I was giving people in the hallway. Like, there's no way in hell. But then you get like, you know what pisses me off about this? And maybe you have a different opinion on it. I don't know. Because we've never actually talked about this, I don't think. I get kind of annoyed at the men that are like, oh, that's disgusting. Put that woman behind bars. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, flip the genders and what would happen? And I'm like, well, yeah, the guy would go to jail. Like,
Mhm.
that's statutory rape. Like, you can't, even if she's willing, she can't consent to that. She's not old enough.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, exactly. And I'm like, dog, you remember when you were 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that it, like, you would look at anything that was slightly round
Yeah.
and you're like, my dick might fit in that.
You're like, oh man, I was at the grocery store and I saw a tomato that looked like the best ass I ever saw.
Yeah.
I'd ever
Or
see.
like,
And I was like, oh man,
you could be looking at an electrical outlet and you're like, I could fuck that.
wood.
I could fuck that. My dick might not fit all the way, but I could try. You know, might break it a little bit, but I can,
Yeah.
it'll kill me because I'll get shocked to death. But you
Yeah.
know, I don't know. World's most electric orgasm? Who knows? You
Yeah.
know, like
But,
that's what
kids our age back then were making like the homemade equivalent of like fleshlights
yeah,
out of like
hollowing out grapefruits and shit.
yeah, like yeah, exactly. Do not underestimate
actually did that. That was
the ingenuity of a horny young man.
You hollow out a grapefruit, throw it in the microwave for 30 seconds. You know,
I don't know how you know this, but
I know somebody that did it.
exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to name names, but I know somebody that did it.
Well, yeah, don't have to name any names unless you
No,
feel like
God,
you
no.
should.
No, I would never. That would be
But yeah, no stuff like
Total
that.
gross
Exactly. Now,
misuse of my trust.
on the one hand, as an adult, I have to acknowledge that what that is. It's statutory rape. It's an abuse of power too
Sure.
in certain situations. Because they could be like, well, if you want a good grade, just like this guy alleges, well, if you want to keep your job, you're gonna have to do this for me.
If a hot teacher to me came to me and said, "You need to pass this class to graduate, and you're failing, but I think we can come to an agreement,"
Mhm.
and then started unbuttoning her shirt, I'd be like, "This is the best agreement ever." I
Yeah.
don't even give a fuck. Like, yup, I've seen this movie. I had the black box when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I had Spice Channel. I've been preparing for this moment all 14 years of my life.
I
God
might have
damn it.
been stupid enough to fail this class, but I'm not dumb enough to
I'm not dumb enough
miss
to
this
fumble
opportunity.
This opportunity.
Yeah.
Hell no. I am not going to Ernest Biner this one. Nope. This is going.
I
this
might
is
be an
going
idiot,
across
but I'm
the
not
goal
a
line,
I'm not a
and we are
goddamn
going
moron.
to the Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. There's no fucking way I would have fucked that up.
So
ever, as a
yes,
kid.
as an
And if
adult,
my
I can
parents
say
found
it's
out
wrong.
And we're like, if my parents found out, we're like, oh my god, that's disgusting. I'd been like, you shut the fuck up.
You don't know that
You
it was.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You got taken advantage of. You're goddamn right. I did, and I wanted to be.
hmm
I was like, I tried failing all the classes that my teachers were hard in, just hoping that this might happen. Now, there's a reason why I got A's in like Miss O'Brien's science class because I didn't want that shit even on my plate, you know? But
I'll just do the work, I guess.
yeah, I guess I'll just struggle and get a C minus and pass, you know, so I don't get grounded, but whatever. But, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't trying to have that. I was like, Miss O'Brien calls me in the office and starts taking her shirt. I'm like, ah, no.
No. So, yes.
What was that? Was it Miss Simpson? Remember her
Oh, yeah.
from middle school? We used to call her Large Marge.
She did kind of, she almost had the mullet.
Yeah.
It was the same kind of, it was a shorter, salt and pepper kind of grayish. And yeah, face-wise, she kind of did resemble Large Marge.
Yeah, Large Marge. That was not my nickname for her. It was one of my good friends.
Right, yeah,
I didn't actually have her. One of my friends did, though. And it was funny as hell.
I think I did have her. I think it might have been 7th grade.
I'll tell you what, man. My friends that I grew up with in like middle school and then through high school, I don't know what it is, but they had. Well, I can tell you what they all. There's one thing they all had in common. Like the funniest people I knew in high school, all Jews.
Huh.
All of them, Jewish.
Yeah, you know what? Probably the funniest kid in my
And
homeroom.
not all of them went to our high school either.
In 6th grade, the funniest new kid that I met was Jay Lukoff. And yeah, Jewish.
Dude.
He said the most ridiculous shit. Dude, he wrote down
people ever.
He got in trouble from Mrs. Jones because we were reading Beowulf.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically just like the Beowulf and Grendel part.
Yeah.
And
Grundle.
Yeah, Grundle, but one of the questions that she asked of us was, and write down the answer, was like, what does Grendel like the most? Like in the story, like it's like killing and eating people basically, and in the hall there. And he wrote down, and she wasn't supposed to see it. It somehow she either read it while she was walking by, because he didn't turn it in, but she was like, "Oh my God, Jay, what does that say?" And and he showed it to me because I think we were laughing at it because he was like, "Grendel likes big dicks and small tits." Like, it's like oh, so Grendel's gay. He's like, "Oh yeah, he's totally gay or whatever."
Yeah,
like,
but in 7th grade, that was wicked funny. Like,
yeah, but I remember him getting in trouble for that, and some of the other guys like Steve Kaplan was very funny back then.
Funny as hell.
Ethan Weiss.
Ethan was funny.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a lot of characters, dude, that we grew up with. But like all my good friends that were like Jewish were always like had some of the best, funniest fucking jokes. And I don't know if that's coincidence or, hereditary, if you will.
I mean, a lot of successful comedians happen to be. So it's
Larry David, Jerry Seinfeld.
Yep.
Matt Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. One half of the South Park juggernaut.
Yeah. The list goes on and on. One of the god damn it, what was I just gonna say? We were talking about Grundle and
yeah.
Shit. I had a funny anecdote I was gonna share, but I can't remember what the hell it was now. God
I think
damn it.
Grendel's Gooch was mentioned. Like,
or
Grendel's Grundle.
Grendel's Grundle. I mean, I remember reading that. Like, I remember having to do a paper on that in college for some reason. I think it was my senior year, like my final semester of college, and I had to like do the Beowulf thing. And I really liked Beowulf.
Yeah, no, it's all I like
story.
monster shit, so I was super into
exactly. that. And I just kept like every time I was like Grendel's like Grundle.
Yeah.
It was just so stupid.
All the college shit I had to do, it was all boring stuff like The Prince by Machiavelli. I fucking hated reading that shit. It was boring.
Machiavelli. I always hated Machiavelli.
Overrated shit. I was like, let me read Dante's Inferno. I'd rather read that if we're going to that Renaissance era time of specifically like Italian writers. I'd rather read that. That's more interesting to me.
But I always loved those jokes that like you had to like I said, it goes back to like the bundle of sticks, like the mighty faggot joke. Like I always like those jokes that are like super offensive on the surface, but then you like read into it and you're like, oh, like that's what makes it funny.
Yeah.
Like that was, I don't know. I hate that we had to like censor ourselves for years doing that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we could. Well,
And
I'd say
not like
it's
The
worse
Simpsons
now.
like The Simpsons didn't have to do that either.
No.
They could have gone away with that and it would have been fine. They did it because they probably just wanted to avoid the headache.
It was probably the producers and then maybe some people at Fox that were like, hey, we're fine with
this
it,
is
but
still
you got to
like
throw
an
in this
8 o'clock
context.
prime time, network show.
They're like, we're fine with you saying it because of the context, but you're going to have to provide that context in like text on screen too.
Yeah,
just so there's
South Park would have just made that joke.
Yes,
and just not even batted an eye.
Oh, I mean, they had a whole episode based on calling people fags, and then explain. Oh no, we would never say that about a gay person. Like this is
no,
that's not what we mean. Like, geez, how do you guys not know this? And that's kind of what I was saying on X to these people. I'm like, hey, look, I'm saying it because I'm saying you're lame.
Right. Well,
basically.
and it comes back like same thing with like kind of like retard too. Like,
yeah,
I'm not. We don't say it disparaging to people with special needs.
No.
Like, no, that's not what it is at all. Like, stop being. Just because you're so intellectually lazy doesn't mean I need to dumb myself down.
Exactly. Actually,
and by dumb myself down means censor myself. Like,
actually, I brought this up to Dan and Mindy when we were on the hike yesterday, and they both agreed. They're like, "Oh yeah, no, that's fine." They're like, in fact, I don't know, I can't put words in their mouth, but Dan specifically was like, "Oh yeah, I'd still say those two terms, but never in regards to the people that."
No, they've taken on a whole life of their own. You know what I mean? Like,
so
they
understood
started
it
that way, but it's not that way anymore. Like,
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like, things change, words change, the meanings change, so on and so forth, and that's fine. But people get but you know how it is. Everybody just wants to be offended nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
It's
and
just
everyone's a victim for something. It's if you're not playing the victim card,
you know. I mean, I'm not trying to be like Chud the Builder, you know.
Yeah.
and just like go calling people the N-word just to, get a rise out of them because, I mean, that's just kind of rude.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way.
But I get the premise. You know what I mean? Like, I understand I understand the why and the point it's making, but also I'm like, I'm not going to do that, but somebody is.
Yeah, far be it from me to do it, but I mean.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to be that guy.
I wouldn't. Well, I mean, sometimes I have been that guy.
Well, we've all been that guy at one point in our lives, or otherwise.
Yeah.
But again, I think like it comes down to perception anyway. Like, as soon as somebody perceives you as one thing, like they're like, "Oh, you voted for Trump, you're automatically a bigot." Like, I talked to you last week about how that one particular bar downtown,
yes,
kicked my brother out and the whole nine, and now like I come to find out, like, I don't even know if I should say it on the but who gives a shit. Apparently, like, but so my I know I have an intimate knowledge of people who work down there, through a connection that is very close to me, and apparently a bunch of people down there think basically like I'm a grand wizard, and that like I'm the head of because I'm a Trump supporting Nazi grand wizard,
and you
hate minorities.
Yeah, you're
like all
what?
Yeah, because I'm a what, and I'm like, awesome. I'm like, good. I'm glad, because if a bunch of low IQ liberals hold that opinion of me, that is a badge of honor.
Yeah.
And I tell people that all the time. Like, I don't, like, your boos mean nothing to me. I've seen what makes you cheer. I don't care. Like, whatever
the boos are great. I pour them in a bowl with some milk and I eat them for breakfast. It's delicious.
Yeah, dude, seriously, like, I couldn't give two fucks. Like, you people are so stupid that there's no reason for me to even give a shit about, what your opinion of me is, or where you, like, if you even hold one of me. But the fact that I live rent free in your heads and you talk about me, to me, that's winning. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what it is to you, but I don't even think about you, and you want to crucify me and put me on a, and want me dead or whatever. Like, awesome. Like, that is fantastic news.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've been to that particular spot. I still enjoy. I haven't had an issue there personally in years. When I
I've never personally had an issue there either.
yeah,
I just know, like I said, I just
and
have.
I used to be deep, like deeper in with the staff that was back there, like 10 years ago. Because I was there more often, and yeah, I was already friends with at least one of them, and then became friends with the rest just because I was there so frequently. And then, of course, time goes on, people move on, they go to other places, other professions, what have you. So I'm not as familiar with the current staff that's there at the
Yeah.
moment. So
I'm not. I wouldn't know anybody that works there outside of this
there
one or
might
two
be
people.
there might be a
But
couple that I know.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I went. So I went downtown. I went downtown for the first time on a weekend night this past weekend, and dude, I don't know. I mean, at least probably like 7 or 8 years.
Mm.
And when I say like go like downtown, I mean like we went Union Street, so we went to the National Club for dinner, which, by the way, fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, tacos
Super
now.
good.
It's not a heroin den for fishermen anymore, which
You
is
know
weird
what?
because they kept the name.
I did like when it was a heroin den for fishermen. They had cheap drinks, free pool,
Yeah.
and it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a
Um,
fucking hole in the wall. Yeah,
yes, but the food there, we went and ate dinner there on Saturday night with a couple friends of ours, and
it was
the
good.
food was unbelievable, dude. I mean, the drink, everything, the drinks, the service, everything was just it was top notch.
I'll have to try it out. Kelsey and I will probably have to check it out sometime soon.
I mean, it's not a. Sorry, excuse me, I had to sneeze. It's not a bargain by any means. Like you're not getting you're gonna pay.
Yeah.
It's definitely upscale, but for me, like when I go out somewhere like that,
You're gonna make it worth it if you're gonna spend the money. Go out.
well, as long as the food is worth the money, I'm cool.
Yeah.
And the food was worth the money.
Okay, that's
You know what I mean? Like,
then,
if I go-
it's a fair transaction.
If I go there and if I'm going and if I go there and I get a cheeseburger and it's $38,
And it's not good.
I'm like, well, I mean, no cheeseburger in the world should be $38, but right, it sucks on top of it. It's like, well, this wasn't worth. There's no value in that. You know what I mean? I'm a big value guy. I always bust my brother's balls because he's the exact opposite. He's like, he knows the price of everything, but the value of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And the price is all that matters to him a lot of times, you
Yeah.
know? And I give him shit for it all the time. And he's like, fuck you. Whatever. Fuck,
Well, if it costs the most, it's got to be the best, right? Like,
yeah.
Well, in some cases,
Yeah. He's like, but if I buy an $18,000 watch, you know what I mean? Fucking flashing that shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't give a shit.
yeah, nobody.
I don't know if that watch is 18 grand or you bought it for $20 on eBay. I have no idea.
My
He's
smartwatch costs like
and I'm like, all right, but like
my smartwatch costs like $150. It's basically bulletproof, and it does exactly what I need: tell time, count my steps.
Yeah, this is the most expensive watch I've ever owned in my life, and it's my Samsung smartwatch that my wife got me for Christmas, and it's $300.
Yeah, even that to me was like, oh, too rich for my blood.
Yeah, I know. I wear it to work, even though like we're kind of not supposed to. But I don't have the cell phone connection on mine, so it's like kind of like technically not against the rules,
right?
But could be viewed to be against the rules. But whatever, I don't give a shit. And I'm like, it's the only watch I have right now, so I was like, fuck it. So I wear it, but like you said, counts my steps. I have a little alarm clock on it. You know what I mean? I can set it so I don't miss rounds, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a basic thing, and it doesn't need to cost $18,000 or whatever.
Exactly. And like that, but that's my thing. Like flashy shit like that doesn't do anything for me. You know what I mean? Like I would consider myself a fairly minimalistic person. Where like I don't need like extravagant shit to like, validate my existence, if you will.
I like to have some nice things here and there when it comes to mostly like home electronics.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to get a new video card.
I have a really expensive golf bag that's one of 500.
Okay.
Ever made.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. Okay. Like that's got some exclusivity to it. You know what I mean? It's gonna hold its value over time.
Right.
Things like that. But like, yeah, like I mean, I like to have expensive. I mean, the monitor behind me to my left is a fucking $3,000 fucking TV monitor.
Yeah.
Like I paid more for this monitor than I did for my 75-inch fucking awesome TV that I have downstairs. But it's because of what that does compared to that. It's different. It's not the same. I like having nice shit, but I don't. If it doesn't, the value doesn't add up to me. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you didn't pay $3,000 for a painting that's just hanging there, and you're like, oh, see, look at that.
I mean, if I hit the Powerball or if I hit the Powerball 25 minutes ago, then I'll go fucking buy. I'll spend stupid money on stupid shit. But
I'll buy a Banksy and then set it on fire because that guy sucks.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, because
this shit's overrated.
Yeah, I'll commission the guy from the that my brother got the dick painting from, and have him make like 4 more.
Oh, there you go.
And I will pay top dollar, sir, because I want erotic cock paintings hanging in my house.
That's fun. Speaking of that, I know somebody. I'm not really friends with her anymore. She turned out to be a fucking crazy person, but she commissioned the artist that did like the dick drawings for Superbad to do one for her, like a custom one for her, and then she got it tattooed on her.
That's pretty fucking wild.
And it was pretty fun. It was like, I want to say it was like Titanic, like the dicks are falling off the sinking Titanic, and then it's like Rose and Leo's character,
elaborate.
like in the water, and she's like holding
it was
on
a full back piece.
Yeah, exactly. That's in the background. In the foreground, it's Rose on the door with Jack in the water, and he's like a shriveled up dick because it's so cold. It's like.
Well, that's funny because I've showed you the dick painting I have in my house, right?
I think so. You must have at this point.
I think I had to have.
This is art.
Story, the story behind that is super funny because my brother worked at this facility in Bridgewater, and there was a mental health worker who happened, and like they would do the same thing, like they would draw dicks on stuff on like all the whiteboards and everything, and put them in like little inconspicuous places so people like wouldn't notice them right away.
Yeah, little hidden dicks.
But like when they would draw like big ones, this guy would draw them, and he was really good at it. And my brother's like, dude, he's like, you're super good at that. Like, what do you do? He's like, well, I'm an artist, like by trade. He's like, this is my like day job, but like I'm a actual painter. And so
I
my
specialize
like,
in penises.
Yeah. So, but he was just a fantastic artist, so he can draw anything. You know what I mean? And so my brother, long story short, my brother wanted to like get a gag gift from one of our friends, and he's like, can you just draw me a dick on like a piece of like, like I don't know, like fucking poster board or something? Just draw me a huge dick so I can wrap it up, make it look like it's this big extravagant piece. And he just opens it up, and it's just a giant dick. And the guy's like, oh yeah, I got you.
Love it.
And the guy was like pretty off the boat Haitian, so there was a bit of a language barrier there. Don't think he quite understood what my brother asked for. My brother ended up commissioning a full-blown fucking like dick painting that is insanely awesome. Like, I mean, very well done, professional, like, I mean, to the T. I mean, and it was like 36 by 24. Like, the dick is the size of my forearm. Like, it is my whole arm in the painting. The frame alone, I think, was like $400. And
Jesus.
Like, the guy was like, so my brother thinks like he just bought like, he's like, oh, I'll give this guy like, I don't know, like $50, $60, $100 maybe, like whatever. Like, think it's just gonna get a dick on a piece of paper.
Yeah, like you just asked your friend to do it during lunch period or something.
Yeah, and then this whole painting shows up. My brother's jaw hits the floor. He's dying laughing. He's like, holy shit, this is fucking insane. He's like, what do I owe you? And the guy's like, he goes, for you. He's like, the frame, this, that, blah, blah, blah. He goes, give me $6. My brother's like, 6 what?
Yeah.
Like, $6? Like, that seems cheap. But, like, and the guy's like, no, 600. He goes, the frame was like 4, but, the painting I'll do for cheap. And my brother's like, immediately my brother's like, the stomach does a backflip. He's like, what the fuck did I just do?
Yeah, well, he should have discussed price and, price point and what have you.
Like I said, there was
like,
a
hey, I didn't
barrier there.
The frame is nice, but it didn't have to be that expensive. Like,
well, he didn't explain that. He
exactly.
Didn't say he didn't explicitly state that. So what I guess like a couple weeks before the painting was done, the guy came to my brother and was like, "Hey, like I'm almost done with your painting," and my brother's like, "Almost done? Like, dude, I just want you to fucking like scribble a dick on a piece of paper. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean? What's taking so long?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm almost done. And one of my brother's coworkers was like, "Yo, did you get a painting from him?" And my brother's like, "I guess so." And she was like, he's like a legit artist, right? And my brother's like, "No." And she's like, Yo, like, no, he does like real artwork. Like,
yeah, and when it's
not
commissioned,
cheap.
it's at least a few
Yeah.
$100.
And so that was the whole story. So my brother accidentally commissioned a $600 dick painting, um, which, you know, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, not a ton of money, but like also not cheap.
No,
You know, I could definitely think of better things to spend $600 on.
sure.
And then I won it from my brother in a bet, and now it is proudly on display at the bottom of my staircase.
Hell
in my
yeah.
basement.
Yes, of course. Yeah, that'd be hilarious if it was like as soon as you walk through the front door, there it is.
It used to be. It used to be. And one of the funniest things ever. So we had it up in the living room. I had it in the living room for the longest time. And I was when I was back in sales, man. I was off. I was doing sales calls, and the Xfinity guy had to come to our house to service the wires and the down. Like for some reason, our internet was down, and they had to come and fix it. And so my wife is in the living room, and her back is to the painting, and she's so like not oblivious to it, but like she's just so conditioned to it being there, she doesn't even think twice.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, this guy's in our house for like 2 hours, and like they're in the living room. My wife and him are like in the living room, like talking, like, okay, like this is what we're gonna have to do, blah 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 blah, this that the other thing, and he's looking at the painting the whole time behind her while she's got the thing. So I come home and they're in the living room. I get home from my sales call. I walk in. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? He's like, oh, good, cool, whatever. And he starts talking to me. My wife walks away, and then she comes back into the room, like from the same angle the guy's looking at, and she sees the painting and
remembers that they've been there the whole
fucking
time.
Red. And she's like, oh my God, it has been there the entire fucking time. She's like, I've been talking to this guy for like an hour.
And it's been literally hanging above me.
Yep. And she's like, he probably thinks we are the weirdest motherfuckers of all time.
I would have noticed him noticing it and be like,
what you see, big boy?
You like that? Yeah.
And so
want to know who modeled for that?
Yeah. People always ask me, like, where did you get this? I was like, oh, self-portrait. And they're like, what? And I'm like,
and yeah, it's one to one.
Yeah. Self-portrait to scale, you know? And they're like, yeah, huh? And I'm like, they're like, yeah, bro, you're Irish. I don't think so. And I'm like, you can shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That is a stereotype, sir, and I don't tolerate that shit. But it was wicked funny, dude. That painting has been the cornerstone of conversations. I was getting interviewed for a dead inmate one time, and the tape recorders went off at the end of the thing, and I won't say who it was, but one of the people that was interviewing me was like, hey, do you have a brother that used to work, you know, at this location? I'm like, yeah. And she was like, does he still have that painting? And I'm like, yeah, like, you just got done interviewing me about a dead inmate.
And now you're asking about...
And you're asking me about this cock painting. I'm like,
you still got that sweet hog painting, dude?
Yeah.
Like,
just, you have that sweet painting of that guy cranking his hog? Like, yep, sure do. I was like, it's actually at my house now. And she's like, no way. I was like, yeah, it's in my... I was like, it's on display. It's got its own spotlight. You know what I mean?
I want it. It's now treated as the fine piece that it is, and yeah.
Well, my brother wouldn't hang it up. He was like, no, he's like, I can't put that up. He's like, what if I have bitches over? This is when he was single. And I was like, what do you mean? What if you have bitches over?
Wait,
like,
so he didn't give it to the person that it was intended for? I guess if he spent the money on, he's like, no.
No. He was the gag gift thing went out the window when he fucking had to spend $600 on it. He was like, no, fuck that. Like, I'm keeping that.
This
shit.
is my dick now. Then if I'm spending that much on it, I'm keeping it.
But he wouldn't hang it up in his own house when he had his own house when he was still single.
Yeah, what a waste.
He wouldn't even hang it up. He's like, oh, what if I have fucking girls over and this and that and blah, blah, blah. They're going to want to see. I'm like,
tell them the story. They'll probably laugh.
I'm like, that's a great conversation starter. It's a piece of art. It's artwork. He's like, it's fucking weird, guy. So,
well, you're the one who commissioned it.
Yeah, also, yeah.
Well, yeah, not to hang up in my house, though.
Unknowingly, but yeah. But then when he was selling, it was so funny because when he was selling his house, he was like taking, he did like a thing where he like pretended to take pictures of his house to put on like Zillow or whatever.
Sure,
but in every room, the painting was in it. So he would hang the painting in every single room, like even in the bathroom. Like it's huge,
and it's too big for the room, and like it doesn't even fit the wall.
Like it barely fit in the wall behind the toilet. You know, like it was I fucking cried laughing. It was so fucking funny. And then I ended up winning. I ended up winning it in a bet with him, because he bet me like something like $500, and I was like, just fuck you. I was like, I want the painting. And he's like, all right. $500 for the painting. I was like, sweet. I was like, you got first rights for refusal though. I was like, I was like, I'm never gonna get rid of it, but in the event that I do, it goes, you get first rights.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's on display downstairs in my basement where it should be. I mean, I have to take it down every once in a while, like when my friends come over with their kids.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you don't
You
want
know,
that
'cause
around kid. Like,
Yeah, because their kids are young, and I'm like, I'm like,
and you're
you know-
basically, oh, if they came down here and saw that, I'm I'm on a list now. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, and not for nothing, like, but like little girls too, like
yeah,
you know, like
no, last
10,
people that
11-year-old
should be seeing
yeah,
that.
10, 11-year-old girls don't need to be seeing that shit. I'm not weird.
Yeah, you're
know?
conscious of it in
Yeah.
who's around it, so that that's fine. But yeah, hey, adults, yeah, whatever. Hey,
Like
check
one of
this
my
out.
friends, he texted me. He was like, hey, he was like, because they were coming over and we invited them over, and we told them like, hey, bring your kids, like we'll get dinner, like hang out, like who cares, like we just want to hang out with you guys, so just come by, bring your kids if you have to. You can't buy a sitter, it's no big deal. And he texted me, he's like, hey, he's like an hour before they got there, he like came over, he was like, hey, he's like, I don't want to be an asshole. He's like, do you mind? He's like, just taking the painting down. He's like, I just don't want the kids to see. I was like, oh, dude. I'm like, already done. It's buried upstairs. Like,
Yeah.
they'll never even know it was here. I already took it down. He's like, oh, all right. He goes, thank you, dude. He's like, I didn't want to be. He's like, I didn't want to sound like a prude, but like kids. And he's like, I don't want to have to explain that to my 7-year-old, like, what that is.
You're like, dude, I'm an asshole, but I'm not a scumbag. Like, I'm
yeah, exactly. I was like, bro, I'm like, no. I'm like,
I already
don't.
took it
I'm like,
down.
please. I was like, trust me. I was like, just the same way, like, all my guns are locked up, like, you know what I mean? Like, everything's put away, like, well before your kids get here. Like, don't worry. I'm like, I do childproof my house to a degree,
Yeah, within reason.
Yeah, there's nothing sexual or something that can kill them available to them. So,
Or both.
yeah, or both. You never know.
That could be that. I'm gonna grab another brew.
Yeah, I could make it freshie.
And we can come back and we'll end up with we'll finish off with the other big news, Iran developments.
Yeah.
We don't have too much to go with right now because things just kind of started again today, like a couple hours ago. But we'll update you folks. And
But a good sprucing, and we'll take 10, 15, 20 minutes to get through that. And
we'll wrap up around 10. That should work out then.
Works for me, bud.
All right, we'll see you
I'm
folks
gonna go make a
in
drink.
a
I'll be
minute.
right back.
Yes, sir. Well, I am back. I don't know about you folks, but I like the newer track that I'm using. It's royalty free. Kind of wanted to keep it going with the like kind of elevator music theme until uh, my friend and I are actually able to collaborate on an original song for the show. So that'll happen at some point. It's just a matter of us both finding the time to figure out what we want it to be sound like. Joey and I both like synthwave, so I'm thinking like a combination of synthwave and some metal, which some bands currently do very well. So I kind of like that. We'll see. But yeah, for now, I think that's a good placeholder, and I figured I'd switch it up. I'm also going to be working on updating the overall look of the stream. It's going to be a bit it's going to be a little bit less bare bones. The whole idea behind having it look like this was to be bare bones, because sometimes there's just too much going on. But we've been doing it since September of 2024, so I intended to do an update for like the year anniversary of us having it up and running. I just haven't gotten around to it, but yeah, I think I'll get to it probably before September of this year. It shouldn't take that long. It's just finding the time between work and balancing that and my actual free time outside of the show. It's tricky, but we'll get there. Yes.
All right. Sorry, I also had to take for Pingish.
Oh yeah, I did the same thing too. And you had mentioned value in food. I just wanted to shout out Knuckleheads again because
Oh God,
they hooked it
best
up.
bang for your buck in the whole city.
Kelsey did a photo shoot with her cousin for this engagement photo shoot, basically,
Mhm.
for this young couple, and she was given a few extra bucks from her cousin. Shout out Kristen Nordstrom Photography and Nantucket Cloth.
Nordstroms.
Yes, her apparel line, good stuff there as well.
Nice.
But she was given a few extra bucks to get dinner because she was going to come back here to hang out with me for the night. So she put. I was like, I don't even know what I really want right now. I'm open to suggestions though. She mentioned a few things. She said, "How about fish and chips?" I was like, haven't had that in a while. I'll leave it up to you to figure out where you want to get it and then go from there. She got it from Knuckleheads. She got just a large order of it and a stuffed quahog. $26. We were both fucking full by the end of it. Great portion size, more than reasonable price.
Yeah,
I mean, you're paying 26 per person somewhere else for that amount of food. For less food than that. Yeah, no, this was like 3 good pieces of haddock, ton of fries.
Yeah, no. Knuckleheads always has been known for the bang for the buck. You go there like and order food and you always get way more than what you paid for.
And it's always consistently good. I don't know if they still have the steak deal that they used to have, but that was a fucking banger.
It used to be $5 steaks on Sundays. I think it's like $10 now.
Right, with inflation.
Everything is, or I don't even know if they do it anymore, to be honest. It's been a very, very long time since I've gone down there on a Sunday, but I don't leave my house on Sundays anymore, so.
It's the Sabbath.
Unless it's for golf or paintball, so.
Right. Yeah, other holy activities, golf and shooting people with balls filled with paint. But yeah, just wanted to shout them out. Great food. Sal, Jess, all the rest of the staff there. Amazing folks.
Yeah, I mean, Nux was my home away from home for years. I mean, I bounced there for 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. From 2008 to 14ish, 13ish. I forget. And I ran the Beirut tournament there. No, Stoney and Debbie and Paulie and they were like family to me.
Yeah,
I love those people. I owe them. I always feel like I'm so grateful for them because they gave me a job working the door there. When I was playing football at Bridgewater, and I had I couldn't do. There was no other jobs I could do at the time, given how much time I was dedicating to playing football.
Yeah,
and a door job happened to open up, and they had people out the ass that wanted that job. And my cousin got me in and got me the job, and they gave it to me, and I kept it for years. And dude, it was only $60 a night, but let me tell you, like, I drank for free, and I think I broke up 2 fights in my 6 years or 7 years there.
Which, I mean, all things considered, it's not that the place itself is a hotbed for any kind of weird fight activity. It's just people from all over the place come to venues and stuff.
Every time we had a problem, it was from people not from New Bedford.
Yeah.
It was like people from like Abington and like Rockland or like whatever. I
Brockton,
forget where.
Yeah, Brockton probably.
Yeah, they were never from around here.
I mean, close enough, but not not from the city.
No,
and not
because the people
surrounding
the people
area.
that went there, the regulars that went to Nux, dude, I swear to God, like I still see those people and I love them. You know what I mean? Like they were like it was like family in there, dude. Like,
dude, that guy who's like he celebrated his birthday, I think last year or the year I was there. He's the old guy who's always dancing to every band. He's like in his 90s now. He's still fucking going there.
I mean,
you'd probably recognize him if you saw him.
I'd know him if I saw him.
Just an older, skinny guy. He's just always dancing to whatever music
I think
is
I know
playing.
who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, to whatever band's playing, whatever music, he's just dancing. It's
Yep. Dude, there was so many people, and then like the staff in there too. Like I went in there the other day. I saw a bunch of the old the staff that's still there from when I was there, and like, dude, it's so nice. It was so nice to go. I don't go there nearly enough anymore, but like I don't go out much anymore.
Same.
So for me to go out, like if I go somewhere, it's like I want to go like right up the street. Like I'll go to like Pub 65 or whatever it's called now, because it's 2 minutes up the road, and that's about as far as I want to drive. And I just want to go there, get a quick bite. Play
isn't it off the boulevard now?
Yeah, I think it is off the boulevard.
Yep.
But I like the staff there. It's a good spot. Like it's decent. It's not too expensive, but yeah. Nux is one of those places that like when I go there, every time I go there, I'm like, why don't I come here more often?
Yeah. You know? I don't go there for food all the time anymore. Like mostly if I'm there, it's to see some live music, which is always good, always free, no cover.
Yep.
They pay the bands
that
there.
was Sony's biggest thing, no cover ever.
Mm-hmm.
And they put some good bands in there too.
No, they do. They absolutely do. They get some good acts. So occasionally when I do go out, it's either for karaoke these days and also, well, like always, but if I'm going to go out on like a random Saturday or even a Friday, that's never a bad decision unless it's like a type of music genre that, I went on like dance club night or whatever when I thought it was supposed to be like a metal band or a rock band. Okay, well, you know what? I'm still sticking around for at least a couple drinks.
Like they had,
but it's just good. It's close by to me. It's
one of the nights I worked. I remember working there one night, and they had a Judas Priest cover band.
Oh, probably my friend's band.
All I know is they fucking ripped it.
Yeah, bald guy singing with like a goatee, kind of looks like Rob Halford a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But he hits the notes.
Yeah, and then so Stoney doesn't go there much anymore because he doesn't drink anymore. But I didn't know that Stoney was the lead singer of a Judas Priest cover band back in his heyday.
Yeah.
And now looking back at it, also kind of looks like Rob Halford.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, huh, okay.
Just put him in some leather, yeah.
And I didn't even notice. So I'm working the door, and then all of a sudden, like I go to make a round, like on the other side, just to kind of like check in.
Oh, lost you there. Got a hiccup. Let's see if you didn't crash out, Joe. You froze up. You froze up, Joey. I don't know if you can hear me. Let me text it to you. We've got some technical issues on his end, folks. Sorry about that. I let him know that via text. We'll see if he can get it going. I'll see if I can do anything about it on my end so we can keep the conversation going. Yeah, not sure. He might have to rejoin. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Yeah. Let me disconnect him. And I will email this to him. Again, sorry about this, folks. Things that, problems that arise since we, don't do this in the same location for convenience. I mean, the dream is one day that we have a studio where we can do this together. But also, self-produced. Normally, there is somebody else doing all this stuff, running the behind-the-scenes things, instead of me doing it or him. But in this case, it's me. I'm the one who hosts this stuff. Let's see if this worked. Okay, we got you back.
Yeah.
I emailed you another thing, but maybe
Yeah,
you didn't.
I heard you say it. I could see and hear you.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, you just froze up mid sentence. But yeah, we can say your final piece on Nux, and then we can.
Oh yeah, no. So one time I was working. They had the Judas Priest cover band, and I'm like, I didn't know Stoney had been like the lead singer of a Priest cover band back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And like all of a sudden, like they're playing the songs, and I'm like, and I think it was like they were doing like Breaking the Law or something. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. So I walked over there to like check it out, and Stoney is singing. I'm like, wait, what? Like, hey, and he was killing it. Like, I mean, fucking murdered it, dude. And I'm like, nah, and it was awesome, dude. It was one of the coolest fucking things ever. I love that place, dude. I love those people.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking best bar in the city, and it's not even fucking close.
I gotta put it up there in terms of just everything. Yeah, the quality, the service, the pricing is very fair. You don't feel like you're getting bent over a barrel anytime you go out there.
No, they do their best to keep their food prices as cheap as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know for a long time, many, many years, actually probably still to this day, they don't make any money off the kitchen. It's all just a break-even price point.
No shit. Yeah.
Yep. That was their business model. They were like, nope, we're not a restaurant. We're a bar that serves food.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to make sure it's good. And, yeah, keep the prices as fair as it possibly can be. And we'll make our money off the bar, basically. Because if you're selling cheaper or more, not to say the food is cheap, like quality-wise, because it's not. Shit, we lost you again, Joe. You're just staring at me. It's to say it's low quality is a misnomer. That's not what we're saying here. It's like you said, and that makes total sense. They kept their overheads low so they can provide a quality experience without it being the focal point. However, I will say, there's a number of things that they do well and better than some other places that kind of specialize in certain things. Like their seafood's fucking top notch, and they probably get it fresh. They're right near the docks. So let's see if we can't get you back. Maybe that's you text me. You froze again. Yeah. I can try sending another link. All right, I gotta disconnect. Try joining again. Because I think I had to disconnect you on my end in order for you to jump back in. On my end. So yeah, we'll get to this, folks. I'm hoping to be wrapped up in a little bit, just for the sake of me being able to sleep properly. All right, send you another link. We'll do it for the sake of the brand. Got me talking like Pat McAfee over here, who totally didn't screw up WrestleMania at all. Not his fault. I believe it was fucking TKO calling that shit. But that's neither here nor there. All right, sent. Let's see if this works now. It should work. But yes, Knuckleheads, not a sponsor, but I fully endorse them 100%. Very good people. Great business. Great place to go if you're local. Yeah, check it out sometime if you haven't. They've been around for a long time now, so you've probably been to there at least once if you're a South Coast native, like Joey and myself. Kind of a staple. No, that wasn't it. Wait, did I send it? Ah, it didn't do it again. That's why. Okay. Copy. God damn it, Joey. Try it one more time. It looked like that was my issue there. Yeah, it's weird. I think I typed in his address wrong the first time. It should have went. It should have. Now, I think he can hear me right now when he's disconnected. We're more connected now, and technology is more advanced than we've ever seen before, and we still run into issues like this. Mostly because, again, we have to do this ourselves. So, let's see.
There.
All right. Got you back.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
I don't know why it keeps freezing up and crashing like that.
And yeah, the email that I thought I clicked on your name that second time I sent it to you, but apparently it didn't. So that's on me. But yes, Knucklehead's a great place. Definitely go to it if you're local.
Yes.
Or in town. Yeah. Good stuff. Checked out their socials to see, what's going on any given night. That way you get a little heads up. But yeah. Good stuff. So, yeah, to wrap things up, we'll try to keep this brief just because there's not a whole lot going on, and trying to reconnect took up some time. We'll try to roll through this, but Iran has pulled some shit here just a couple hours ago, and it says U.S. at risk of being dragged into a quagmire. And I'll just give the synopsis here. Leaders across the globe called on Iran Monday evening to de-escalate tensions in the Middle East after the country launched attacks on the United Arab Emirates, putting the ceasefire agreement to its most challenging test yet. Quote, today's Iranian strikes against Emirati civilian infrastructure are unjustified and unacceptable, French President Emmanuel Macron said. A lasting solution to the ongoing conflict will only come through the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz to free circulation and a robust agreement that provides the necessary security guarantees to the countries of the region, particularly against the threats posed by Iran and nuclear, ballistic, and regional destabilization activities. So they attacked some boats out there. U.S. then, with their fast, small boats, and then the U.S. then sunk the shit out of those 7 vessels. That's a most recent update I have, without me going into like the New York Times and CBS and like US. I'm not going onto those goddamn platforms. I won't even go on Fox News, really, to be honest. I prefer to go through like Reuters or something that seems a bit more neutral. But yeah, not a whole lot of information right now. But it does seem like we could be close to popping off again. And Joey, I think you froze up. Yeah. I can try and get you back on. Uh, I'll have to disconnect you and then try and get you back on one more time. But if that doesn't work, we can just call it. Uh, so I will disconnect you now. Send you another link. All right, try that one more time. And yes, I farted on stream. Who cares? Usually I mute it. So we'll see. We'll see what that does. Maybe it works again, but yeah, there. It. This is frustrating. So yeah, it seems we're gonna be retaliate. Well, we already did retaliate for the UAE ships being attacked. Uh, the peace, the ceasefire, and the peace treaty. We all knew these were going to be shaky at best, and paramount on both sides, not just Iran, playing nice, doing what they said they were going to do in this agreement, and not pulling shit like this. Granted, Israel did pull some shit, like immediately after this whole thing was signed. You all know my stance on them as a government, as a entity, not the people. Not the biggest fan of our relationship with them. I get why we are allies, but I don't always see it being mutually beneficial for both parties involved. But that's neither here nor there at the moment. Yeah, I'm not going on Al Jazeera. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to look at some outlet that I don't necessarily like. I guess we'll go with CBS. So what we know so far, live updates: U.S. sinks 7 small Iranian boats as Iran launches attacks on the UAE in ships in Strait of Hormuz, which we already went over. Launched its first missile and drone attack on the United Arab Emirates since the ceasefire, with the U.S. took effect on April 8th, and it fired 2 drones at a ship in the Strait of Hormuz, UAE authorities said Monday. U.S. military said 2 commercial vessels safely transited the key waterway Monday under the Project Freedom initiative announced by President Trump. Iran fired missiles at ships being protected during the operation. Mr. Trump said U.S. forces destroyed 7 Iranian small boats for trying to interfere.
All right.
Yeah, we'll try this one more time. If you freeze up again, we'll call it. But
yeah, because I don't know what the fuck is going on. I rebooted my computer, so hopefully this fixes everything.
All right, that was pretty quick. So yeah, 7 ships taken out. Iranian regime says it's received a U.S. response to its latest 14-point peace proposal, which it says is aimed at ending the war, not extending the current ceasefire. Mr. Trump said over the weekend that he'd likely reject the Iranian proposal as they have not paid a big enough price. So, hey, you know what? I agree.
I agree. I'm totally I don't understand why people are so against this too. Like I understand like people like there's problems at home, like we got shit to deal with here.
Mm-hmm.
Gas prices, the whole 9, like blah 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 blah, all that bullshit. I just don't.
don't have a functioning stream. Yeah, you froze up again. All right, we'll call it there. I will just wrap it up there. Not speaking on behalf of you, but I totally agree. I would rather have temporarily high gas prices in order to disarm nuclear armaments from Iran, have them basically be a non-factor in the global military sense. Don't like that at all. It's been not good for them to be like this for a decade since this regime took over back in the 70s. So I don't see a problem with it. Yeah, anybody against it, probably too much of a liberal shithead. So I get why you're against it in the sense that it's anything that Trump does, you're against. That it doesn't matter what he does, you're going to be against it. If this were Joe Biden or Kamala doing this, you'd be all for it. You'd be like, oh no, we got to go in there and take care of this situation. It was unavoidable. It's simply because this is Trump doing it. They're against it. So disingenuous cucks, I would call them. There isn't too much more that has to be said about this at the time. It seems that was all that happened. We're going to keep going. You know, doing things as they see fit. Yeah, that's the latest update is what I already read. So, I know I didn't speak on Joey's behalf on that, but on his behalf for this, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Aaron, for the comment, and obviously for your service in the military. But yeah, thanks for the comment. Appreciate you, the engagement here. Always a good time. I had a good time. I think Joey did. What do you have to say about that? Right. Thanks, Joey. Great talking to you as always, brother. Maybe you'll hear this right now and get a laugh. But, yep, I am down for next week. You can text me if you'll be up for it next week as well, unless anything happens. The only Monday I won't be able to do it isn't for over a month. The last Monday of June, I will be going to a concert, so I won't be home. So we'll skip that week, but that's still a ways away. Oh, and Joe said I had a great time thing. So Joey in the chat, everybody. Yep. All right, he said next week for sure he should have his shit together, his poop in a group, and we'll figure it out. So until next time, it's been real. Always a pleasure. Have a good one, folks. Later.